Fiddler Cabdi, Danny Min here, and welcome back to another episode of Train Life. We are leaving Salzburg. We left Salzburg main station. I just did that just now. I've swapped over to the Newag in a recent patch. The actual Newag group livery is printed on the side of the train now, which is pretty cool, actually. So our plan for today is we are going to go to the Salzburg iron ore mine right here, where we are going to pick up iron ore from, we're going to pick up iron ore and we're going to drop it off to the Munich Smeltery down here, and then we're going to go up to this coal mine, and in the next episode we're going to head from the coal mine and we're going to go down to the Innsbruck steel mill. That is the plan. I've configured the train for freight. So it is all good to go. Once we get closer to the smeltery, I am going to explain some of the new mechanics of how sort of passenger pickup works, postage pickup, freight pickup, and drop-off. I'll explain the drop-off stuff once we get to the drop-off point in Munich, because it is kind of different now. There was a comment from someone saying that they were a bit confused how it worked, but then they managed to figure it out in the end. I myself was a bit confused as well. I still am. Some of the pickup points and drop-off points can be elusive, and it's not very clear how to get to them, where they are, etc. And they change as well, because this is the part where I'm going to be blatantly honest and say this is the second time I am recording this run. Because I was doing some maintenance on the my rig. I was cleaning it out, getting rid of all the dust, etc. And then put it all back together, plugged everything back in, but my headphones, my headset and my microphone had to sort of be reinitialized in OBS. They were not detected. So the first time I recorded this little run, it had absolutely no volume whatsoever. There was no game volume, there was no recorded commentary. So this is the second time I am doing this, and I know for a fact that once we get to the iron ore mine, the pickup and drop off areas for trains actually change around. But I'll explain how you pick up freight in just a minute, and I'll do a little explanation on how the passengers work as well, because I know some people have been slightly confused by that, as I was when I first sort of jumped into this new update. So we're heading around. We're still in Salzburg. The track speed limit is 50, but it's not particularly bad here. There's not any crazy curves or bends, so I'm going to sort of leave it around 65 kilometers per hour. That will be totally fine. There should be no issue with that. I have noticed with this train, the locomotive on its own, that when you come to sort of steep curves, the track speed limit will come down, but this train actually handles steep curves or tight bends at it can handle the slower bends at really high speeds. The track speed limit will come down, but I've hit some bends at like 100 kilometers per hour and waited for this train is about to derail message, and it's never sort of came up. It sort of manages to hit the low speed bends at speed with no issue at all. Now I don't know if that's going to be the same when hauling a consist with wagons, passenger or freight. I don't know if they can cope with the high speed it going around sort of slow bends. But when the train is on its own, it sort of goes through them, sort of chews through them, no problems. It doesn't have any issues at all. But yeah, the snow drifts here as well. So there's a snow drift right in front of us. We're going to head at 65. Dink. We've dropped pretty much 15 kilometers there, 15 kilometers per hour there once we hit it. But one of the things is I'd like to see maybe the higher speed you hit a snowdrift that maybe damages the train somewhat. Snowdrifts, depending on how big they are, can derail and damage trains. That's why whenever there's snow, you often get like the maintenance locomotive that heads out with the sort of the plough on the front that clears snow off the tracks. So yeah, and unlike the sort of Bambis sounding the horn does not make the snowdrift move out of the way. It is a snowdrift. It is an inanimate object. It is not self-aware. It does not know of moving vehicles or when to sort of move out of the way. So yeah, I'd like to see a bit of damage. Maybe force players to slow down and sort of hit them at a slower speed. And possibly, if hitting it at a really high speed, derail the train completely. Because the train does, you see the train animation, it does jump as it's hitting the snowdrift, but all it really does is reduce your speed. I feel that there should be more of a punishment for hitting these snowdrifts at speed. So speaking of snow, another person commented saying that they had been playing the new update quite substantially as well, and they had not come across rainfall and or snowfall. Now, I'm in the same boat. In fact, I haven't seen any weather effects since starting in Update 3, and we've actually travelled from London in Update 3 all the way to the bottom of Salzburg, and I haven't seen fog or rainfall or snowfall. Now, I believe that there is no snowfall. I believe the snow is just the ground texture, the snow texture. I don't think we're actually going to get like blizzards and stuff. We maybe will. It may come in Update 4, which is full game release. But one thing that's really strange is I have not seen rainfall. Now, I thought that would be kind of cool. It gives us an excuse to use our wipers. We have had functioning wipers on the trains since the game first released, but no reason to really use them because there's been no rain. And I would love to see the rain. I don't know if it's specific to certain areas of the map, but the fact that the rain has never spawned and the fact that I've not had any fog spawn since starting this huge journey all the way from London down to Austria leads me to believe that there might be something wrong. It maybe wasn't finished in time and it's maybe being pushed back. There are still constant patches and fixes coming out. The last patch brought the sort of livery, the writing on the side of the train back there, which I think is kind of cool. If we could have our own sort of livery designer and maybe import logos or images to add to the sides of trains, that would be really cool as well. But I just don't know. So yeah, I don't know if there is actually rain in this update. There might have been an issue and it might have been postponed, or we might just be really unlucky and we've sort of missed all the sort of rain spawn areas. Or it could be that it is specific to certain areas of the world map. Right, Antoine Jansen's task to transport postage is now irrelevant. Okay, so I want to change this immediately. Now, a lot of my employees have now sort of useless tasks. They've sort of delivered the sort of goods they can. They keep on going back to the start station and there's nothing waiting for them. And they're basically just running around the world aimlessly with nothing to deliver and nothing to do. Lots of them have got profits for their days of 0. But one thing, it doesn't actually tell me in here whether a task is redundant or not. We get the alert in-game to say, hey, there's nothing here at this station for this person. Please move them on to something else. But there's nothing in this area that tells me that that is a thing. So and rather than guessing and taking people off of routes that I know work totally fine, I'm just going to wait till it pops up and then I will move them on to something else. So Antoine here is doing mail from Berlin warehouse to Hanover warehouse. Now we're going to cancel that task and we're going to add a new task for him. Now one thing I would like to see, so we'll add his 6 postage back on. 6 is his max. One thing I would like to see is, because he was doing the route from Berlin to Hamburg with mail, I'd like an option in here for him to reverse the route, i.e. take a full load of mail here, and if there's mail waiting at Hamburg, possibly load up in mail there, and then deliver it back the way. Because right now he's only making money one direction, and then he's running the train back empty on the way back to here. You can repeat the task, but that just means that he'll pick up mail from here, deliver it, and then he will go back to his starting station to pick up more mail. Now, if we go to here, yeah, so 160 mail of 160 packages out of 100 have been delivered to Hamburg. So Hamburg now wants no more mail. So we need to go down here. So what I'm going to do is have you go to Hamburg, pick up mail, and then drop it off in Berlin. So we're just going to reverse his route, and he should be able to pick up mail here and drop it off to Berlin. He also does not really have to travel very far at all because he's already at Hamburg warehouse. He is literally sitting there waiting. So that's all good. Now once the other drivers sort of pop up, I will assign them other stuff to do. Some of them, their tasks are still relevant, so they can keep doing their thing. But a lot of them now have redundant tasks that I need to change. Because I don't know which drivers it is, because there's no information in the menu to tell you that, I sort of have to wait for them to sort of lose money and stuff until it pops up and says, hey, this person has nothing to do. Then I can go in and change it. I would like a couple more AI drivers. I'd like some of them to be doing... Oh wait, there's a snowdrift here. Snow on track, okay. Dink, there we go. We're going to lose a bit of speed. I'm going to add a bit more power to get our speed back up. Yeah, I'd like to do some passenger runs down here in Austria and some in Switzerland. Get a few more freight areas, freight runs set up. I have to visit more. That's why we're going to do freight now, because we have to really visit the industries in order to unlock them. If we don't visit them first, they will be unreachable for our AI drivers. They have to be unlocked. So that's what we're trying to do here. At least unlock some of the industries in Austria and Switzerland so we can get some drivers down south and start to run these routes. But until I do it first, they will be unable to do that. Which doesn't really bother me. It's a bit like Euro Truck Simulator, where you have to sort of go around and explore towns, and you can find garages and recruitment offices and stuff, other sort of businesses that are in that area, and until you actually find them, your AI drivers do not have access to them. So next speed limit is 70 for this curve here. No, we're good. Keep going. So yeah, there's a few things I would like to see change. Again, we're still basically in early access mode. Update 4, the next update, is apparently full release. So I'd like them to sort of take their time and sort of fix as much as they can, as they possibly can. I know that they're going to be reworking the GPS system. I don't know if rain was cancelled for this update and it's maybe coming in the next update, but I've not seen it yet. So we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I'd like them to take their time and really get a decent full release launch. I mean, the game is absolutely playable right now, and you can have lots of fun. There's tons to explore and lots to do. But yeah, I'm hoping that the full game release will be pretty spot on. Now, there wasn't any new scenarios added this time either, which is fine. I quite like the scenarios. I'd like to obviously buy the ICE 3 and 4 and have them be trains that my sort of drivers or myself can just run around in. So that's kind of unfortunate that we can't do that. Maybe they could add something like a TGV for France. I mean, what would possibly be pretty good is if modding became available. If you could mod certain trains and things into the game. I'm sure if there are no mods on Steam Workshop, I am sure someone will find a way to do so. Possibly on Nexus Mods or something. There's bound to be someone that's able to mod trains into the game. So that'll be interesting if that becomes a thing. And then we'll have lots to do. Watch out, there's an obstacle on the track. Yeah, another snow drift. That's fine. I know I can hit this at full speed and it won't do any difference. Yeah, but there's lots of room for them to expand as well. As I've said, there are lots of other places in Europe that they can add as DLC or added content later. And then I think I remember they did the sort of meme, the sort of April Fool's update, and they said that a group of the team were off working on the Train Life America. That'd be really cool. That is absolutely something that they would be able to implement. Be totally fine. I mean, they could do Asia, China, Japan, Australia. That'd be really cool as well. Is the speed limit? This is 120. It is. Dink. There we go. Lose a ton of speed. But we should be approaching the iron ore mine. We are. So I'm going to first ask for station access. There it is. We're going to push back, and now we are going to open the station panel. So we have opened the station panel prior to arrival. Now, as long as you've asked for permission to enter the station, you can open this up in the station, and it will assign you a platform for pickup and delivery. So what we want to do here is, we've got the iron ore. Now, they supply 50 wagons. They've got 50 wagons of iron ore available for you to pick up, and they will be happy if you deliver it to any smeltery on the map. Doesn't matter where it is or how far it is, as long as it is delivered to a smeltery, they are happy. Now, if we push E to pick up, we can then go and say, well, I want a full load, so I want 12. Now, you can go above 12. We'll say take 20. But what it'll do is say that this train is only capable of taking 12, and that we have exceeded the capacity, and we can't take more than the 12. So we need to go back in here and reduce that back down to 12. Okay, close. Now that we've added that, it says ready to pick up. 12 to pick up on here. So it is now set aside 12 wagons for us to pick up once we arrive. So we can go back. Now for passengers, it's slightly different. So for passengers, you have to set your route on the GPS first. And all you have to do is request permission to enter a station. It will figure out that that is one of the stations that you have planned for your route. If you go onto the station information panel, it will just show you, hey, there are 72 people that want to go to a station that is on your route, and they are available for pickup. It will automatically assign you a platform, so your GPS will direct you to said platform, and you'll be able to head in, drop off passengers, and then pick them up. Freight is different. Freight is way different. Now, what we need to do here is it's saying to go left. So we'll go left. Right, the pickup is on the left there. You see that little diagram? So let's head this way. See the little diagram there? It's got a picture of a wagon and then an arrow facing up the way. That is pick up. Now at the opposite side, there will be a picture of a wagon with an arrow facing down, and that will be drop off. Now these do change. The first time I came in, the pickup point was at the right hand side as you came in. This has told me to go, they're actually here. They're both here. They're both at this side this time. Oh yeah, so it definitely does change every time. Both pickup and drop off are right here. Okay, fair enough. So you need to pay attention of that. And it's kind of difficult. I've had a time when the GPS has sort of sent me on a wild goose chase and has not directed me anywhere near a pick-off or drop-off siding. And you have to be careful. The best thing to do is to try and clock these little symbols before you actually enter the platform, enter the area. And then you can know, I need to go right, I need to go left. These stations, these industries that have a loop that goes all the way around are not so bad. Even if you go the wrong way the first time, you're going to come back around onto the right side eventually. So we want to put the wagons on the track, and we want to push E to couple up the first wagon. Now, the 12 wagons are normally all already coupled. So if we go to this one, it's already coupled. We just need to couple from the first wagon to the loco. So our train is now good to go, and we can push finish. We can jump outside, and there we go. There is our consist of 12 hopper wagons filled with iron ore. The bogie here is still sort of floating off the tracks. That's not been fixed yet. But yeah, now we can head out. There is no issue. Let's go. What we need to do though is remove that that as a waypoint and add this as a waypoint. Right, off we go. So we are heading for the Munich Smeltery, which is not too far away actually. It shouldn't take that long to get there. But yeah, as I said the last time, the pickup point was on the right hand side. So these tracks over here that we're about to pass now, and the drop off side was at the side this side we are actually on. So it does change every time you come into a station. So that's one thing that can sort of catch you out. But we did not have to. One of the things, as I said earlier, you don't have to ask for the wagons. You can literally be in here anywhere within this station's boundary and say, hey, I want to take 12 wagons, and I'll say, okay, go over here to this siding and you can go and pick stuff up. There's no point moving over to that track to the right hand side because we're just going to come back onto this one at the left hand side. We are speeding slightly, so it wants me to move over to the right hand side, and then we're going to be heading left. So it is currently 3:20 pretty much in the morning. The sun will be rising soon. One thing I haven't done that I am actually going to do is turn on the cabin lights. There you go. Cab lights are on. This is only the second time I've ever done this in this game. Switched the cab lights on. So we're heading left, but then we're heading over to the right, but then we're heading left. Right, the speed limit should come up to 70. It did. And now we can head off. I'm kind of sad that my little windmill here does not spawn, but hey ho. We'll change that for the next episode. We'll buy something else. Maybe a hat. Yes. The sunglasses, because they add 2 charisma points. Right, up to 120. Right, let's go. So we will soon be leaving the snow and entering the south of Germany. But then we'll be heading back south and be re-entering the snow-filled lands again. I'm hoping for rain. I really am. I hope it is going to start raining. I'm interested to see what the animation is for the actual windscreen. Is it going to come to a point where the rain is so severe and you can't see and you absolutely need your windscreen wipers? Or is it going to be some of the dodgy effects you get in Train Sim World 2 where it's raining heavily but it doesn't really affect... Oh, this corner here is bad. Really bad? It's a 70? Ooh. See what I mean? That would have derailed most of the other trains in game, but it didn't derail this one. It sort of just ripped around that bend. As they would say, what? There's a bend there? Like it wasn't even there. It had absolutely no issue taking that bend at speed. Right, so there is snow on the track. No sign of any AI trains in the vicinity. Here's our little snowdrift right here. All the traffic, you can see the traffic on the right hand side. All traffic goes in the same direction. Every street in this world is a one-way street, unfortunately. Right, so we're passing the Salzburg food processing plant. Next speed limit is going to be 100. That's fine. This seems to be quite a fast section, this. So we should chew through the miles and get up to the south of Germany in sort of no time at all. Oh, this incline looks interesting. Oh yeah, this is going to be a real roller coaster moment right here. I'm going to increase speed to 100%. I'm going to increase power to 100%. Yep. See, decent train that. It still kept accelerating even whilst going uphill. Casper Hendricks has completed. See, Casper's route is still viable. He still has things that he can deliver. Right, let's keep it about there. Next speed limit is 120, so that's going to be fine. Yeah, next speed limit is 120 again. So we're all good. We can sort of keep it here at 130. There seems to be no Bambis in Austria or Switzerland. They have been replaced with snowdrifts. There we go, we're going to be heading through the tunnel. Nothing bad ever happened in a tunnel, apart from the dozens of train disasters that have happened in tunnels. Right, so through the tunnel we go. Next speed limit is 120. And the speed limit after that is 100. So we're good. The train is slowing down, kind of on its own, which ain't too bad. The sun is rising as well. Yeah, this is quite a fast section of track. Now this curve down here might be the 100 section. No, we're good. We're good. Apparently I can fly around this bend at 120. I can, and I know it sounds strange, but I'd like to see increased speed limit from 120 to something like maybe like 140, 150. I know it sounds excessive, but it's something I would like to see. You may, oh watch out, you may derail. Oh whoa, what just happened there? The snow despawned and then came back in. But there you go. This train chews through those slow bends without issue. There you go. Snow despawned, because we're actually in Germany now. We've passed the Munich Refinery. Now the Munich Refinery used to be a dead-end station. So it used to face down this way, and you would come down here, and that would be the sort of end of the line. But I noticed they've moved it to the side here. I remember this because I used to do a lot of runs from Stuttgart Pumpjack to Munich Refinery because it was a nice short run. And then I could run fuel straight up to the warehouse and get a ton of money for it. It's a really short and easy distance to cover. It's an easy route to cover, and you can get quite a bit of money for it. But yeah, this is a section of track that we have been on before, albeit quite a long time ago. Right, let's slow down here because we're now speeding. We're getting the 80 speed limit as we enter the city of Munich. We will rejoin the German main line. We don't want to go... We want to make sure we go the right way because Munich station is still a dead-end station. So going the wrong way there would be bad. But yeah, it should just be through Munich, head north slightly, and then we're pretty much there. We'll drop off the wagons and then we'll head up to the coal mine. And then in the next episode we can head all the way back down to sort of Innsbruck Smeltery. And then we'll get a mix of the nice sunshine and greenery and the nice sunshine and snow in the next episode as well. And then what we really need to keep an eye out is for rain. I want the rain to spawn. I want to see what it looks like. It's in the trailer. It was in the trailer and it actually looked really good in the trailer. For the update 3 trailer for Train Life. So it's kind of weird that it would be in the trailer because they obviously used in-game footage and it worked at some point, but we've just not seen it yet. I don't know if the sky changes, if it goes darker because there's darker clouds for the rain. I have seen areas where there have been sort of darker clouds, but no rain. Right, I want to go left here. Don't get distracted and go the wrong way. So down to the right there is Munich main station. We are staying on the right. Stay 80 kilometers per hour, please. And then we'll be heading out of Munich and heading north. We'll quickly drop off this load of iron ore and then we shall head up to the coal mine. Saving content. Please do not exit the game. Okay, I will refrain from that. Even though I've already been here today. Oh, wee bit of lag there. It's not been too laggy either. I think they've really figured out and sorted out the optimization. That's the first time there's been an update and I've been able to cruise around a new area map, and it's not been the sort of slideshow frame rate. It's actually been quite smooth. Very little or no issues at all, which is nice. Now I'm going to stay left here because I remember these tracks here, these two tracks on the right hand side, will actually fold back into this mainline track. So there's no point moving all the way over to the right hand side. There you go, look, see? First track moves, folds into there. And then this track further on folds into here. But the GPS makes you go all the way over to the right hand side and then all the way back over to this left hand side. It's pointless. We'll sort of cut out the middleman. We'll leave the pointlessness alone at this point and we'll take our own route. So we are heading off to the right hand side. We're still got the city limit speed limit of 80, but I'm pretty sure that's going to bump up as soon as we hit this siding here. In fact, how close am I? Ooh, the smeltery is right there. So I want station access. Okay. So all I need to do is ask for station access, and the drop-off point and pick-up point will be available. I just need to see before I come in which one it actually is. Hopefully my GPS will send me to the right side, either left or right. And we do have a broken down train up ahead. So these are both blue, which means I can cross through in here without issue. So it's not on this section, and there must be another set of lights before it. Now there is a diamond here. It hasn't spawned in. Well, the diamond has spawned in, but the lights at the diamonds haven't spawned in. There you go. So the one on the left is blue, which means this one on the right hand side that I can't actually see, now I can see it, is red. Okay, so that is a really poor signal placement, because you can't actually see that because the catenary poles are in the way. Yeah, definitely render distance for signals at least has to be increased, and they need to be moved away from the catenary poles so you can actually see them. Having a signal on a main line be that obstructed by another object is going to be a recipe for disaster in game and in real life. You need your signals to be fairly visible from a long distance off, because trains are heavy and they don't stop in a dime. So they need lots of time to be able to adjust to what is happening ahead of them. Right, so still has to move over to the right, but we're totally fine here on the left hand side. It looks like the GPS has picked a platform on the left hand side for me, so this could be okay. Ooh, there's a sound the horn. Lower your speed. Well, what? Why do I need to lower my speed? Right, there we go. Sound the horn there. I am heading off to the left. Okay, now I'm going to slow down. Right, my drop-off point should be here. It is. It's right there. Excellent. Okay, so it did actually guide me to the drop-off point, which is this mark. Now, all you need to do is ask for permission to enter the station. Like I said, you don't have to radio and say anything else. As soon as you've done that, it will assign one of these sidings as a pick-up or drop-off point. Right, and then we just stop in here. Remember, the train is full, so it won't slow down as quickly. Okay, add a ton of brakes. Stop, please. Woofed. Right, handbrake on. And get rid of the brakes. Push U. Right, there we go. So, 12 available. Oh wow, look at that bogey. The wheels are, yeah. That I think that definitely needs some work. The rest of the train looks great, but this looks kind of weird. Right, so E to decouple. Right, confirm delivery is X. That is it. That is all you need to do. And then go to finish. There we go. Your reward is 135,474 euros, 2,304 experience points. Base reward for 12 wagons is, yeah, we're good. Okay, close. There you go. Right, and now we're done with that. I want to head up to Nuremberg coal mine. Right, let's go. And we shall do the same again. Now, there's a train on the radar, but I think it's that broken down train that we've just passed. So we should be able to keep going. Right, so let's head out of Munich Smeltery. And then we'll head to the coal mine. Right, we're heading back over to the right hand side here. I should get my 80 speed limit. So my 80 speed limit is right there, so I'm going to increase power. There we go, 80. Thank you. And then back onto the main line. Speed limit is 100. That's good as well. And off we go. Right, heading up towards the coal mine, which is not too far away, so it should be fine. Excellent. Next speed limit is 110. We have free track ahead over the bridge. We are now back in Bambi territory, so I'm expecting one of them pretty soon. Next speed limit after that is 120. That's all good. What I'm going to do is, yeah, Nuremberg coal mine is already up. So I'm going to request access 1 back, and then I'm going to go to 3. In fact, I'm not going to request coal, because we're only driving up there. We're only taking the train up there, and we're going to start the next episode there. And I will show you guys what I mean by being able to already be in the area and then requesting a sort of goods pickup. So it doesn't have to be done prior to entering the station. You can actually enter into the station and then say, hey, I want to pick something up, and it will assign you it while you're in the station. Previously, in some areas, you had to actually leave, go outside the station before asking for stuff to pick up. This time, it doesn't work like that, which is better. It's definitely better. But it means when I reload the game as well to record the next episode, I'm literally at the station, which is fine. Right, so this speed limit's actually 120, and I'm sort of dawdling here at like 90. Let's get speed up. We're back in the lush green hills of Germany. And our station should be just on the right hand side here. Next speed limit is 70. Okay. Where is the 70? I don't see any signs for this curve. I am going to reduce power though. I'm just going to let it coast around here. We are heading off to the right and into Nuremberg coal mine. This switch here could be the 70, so I'm just going to let it coast down. There we go, there's 70, roughly 70. Stick a bit of power on to keep the speed in check. I see my turn off ahead. We've already radioed for permission, so we could just cruise in here. There we go. Off we go. Yeah, it's 70 down here. Okay, all is well with the world. Now what it will do is, because I've not selected anything to pick up, it's just going to tell me to go straight forward. So I will do that actually. I'll just sort of go around here. Because it's going to respawn me in this area anyway. Well, at least here the game will save and know that this is where I need to be respawned at when I reload the game. So we've actually, there we go, come to a halt, we've actually covered quite a fair distance there. Yeah, we've come all the way. So I started here and started recording the episode there. So we've come all the way around here, along there, and up to there. It's quite a fair distance. Plus stopping for iron ore and stopping here and heading up. Yeah, it's all good. Next time we'll take coal all the way down to there. And then we can start sort of moving around the map here, which will be fine. So yeah, that is going to be it for this episode. As always, if you did watch this and you would like to leave a like, comment, or dislike, please feel free to do so. And if there is more you'd like to see in the future, then hit that subscribe button. Just ignore those crazy wheels out of alignment there. I'm sure they'll fix that at some point. But yeah, that's been it for me. This has been Train Life. I've been Danny Min, and I will catch you later.